Hey, how's it going, everyone? I'm Keith from Heavy Mental Art. In this video, I'll be going through the process of drawing the ghoul from the new Fallout show. I recently binge watched the show in about 2 days, and I thought it was really well done, especially the ghoul character, probably my favorite part of the show. So I wanted to make a piece of artwork based around him. I wanted the look of the design to be something like a comic book or movie poster that you'd find in a Wasteland, in the games or the show. Before watching the show, I wasn't too sure if it would actually be any good or not, but after the first episode I was pretty hooked on it. It's one of the better video game adaptations that I've seen in a while. Being a big fan of the games, it was good to see it translated into live action in a good way. So I'm just starting out in Photoshop, doing a quick digital sketch and adding some quick color. When doing the line work, it helps to break up the design into colors. It gives me a better idea of what I want the finished design to look like. I do a lot of quick sketches like this, either digitally or on a piece of paper, to get a quick idea of the design before I move on to the line work and color. Hope you enjoy these behind the scenes process videos. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of the show too, and which game was your favorite. Once I get the basic idea or sketch done, I then bring that over into Procreate. I use Procreate a lot to do the line work and the base colors of the design. I sometimes do the line work in Photoshop, but I prefer to do it in Procreate. The brush control and the feel when using the brushes is much better in Procreate, I think. The first game of Fallout I played was Fallout 3. I did play Fallout 4 and Fallout New Vegas, but I can't remember much of the New Vegas game. I think my favorite game that I played would have to be Fallout 4. I've heard that Fallout New Vegas is probably the best out of the Fallout games. I honestly can't remember much of playing that game at all. Fallout 4 is the most recent one I played, and that was a few years ago now. As I was saying, the first game I played was Fallout 3. And I remember staying home from school once from being sick, and I picked up the game a few days before, so I started playing it. I was instantly hooked on the game. I really enjoyed the story, the exploration of the wasteland, all the different characters. I really loved the designs of the enemies in the game. I just thought it was different from any game I played at the time. So I looked up when Fallout 3 came out, and it came out in 2008. I was in high school around that time. It was quite a few years ago. Time definitely flies. Once I get most of the line work done, I start adding the base color. I change the color of the mushroom cloud in the background to give the artwork a bit more depth. I also added in some quick highlights around the character of the glow from the mushroom cloud in the background. Once I get the line work and the base colors done, I then export it from the Procreate app as a Photoshop document, and then open it up in Photoshop and get started on the details and adding textures. I love using the Procreate app to create art, but it's definitely limited in some ways, so that's why I do the last details in Photoshop, especially when working with text and fonts. There's just a lot more options in Photoshop. As I was saying earlier in the video, I really enjoyed the Ghoul character. I think it was the best part of the show, and also the actor that played him. He played the character so well. I won't get into any spoilers or anything, but I really liked his backstory and how he had to adapt to the new world of the Wasteland. I also thought they did a great job with Lucy, one of the main characters that's from one of the vaults. I also love the creature designs in the show too, and I'm looking forward to future seasons when they incorporate more from the games. And I also thought it was pretty badass to see the power armor in live action finally. So I'm just adding some extra detail to the design and adjusting the color so it fits all together. I also changed the color of the line work. I feel it helps to soften the image a bit, and it helps the artwork kind of blend together. Thought it would be fun to add pins or badges to the Ghoul's jacket. So one that says Vault 33 on the Fallout show, and a bottle cap pin that says Nuka-Cola. I also redid the armor belt around his shoulder and made each bullet a different looking design, because I realized from the show each of his bullets are shaped different, so he must have made them by finding different resources in the wasteland, because ammo would be scarce. Once I finish off the colors and the details, I add in a green filter over the top of the image. I also added in a grunge texture and lowered the opacity. To help give the image like an old or dirty look. I then added another texture around the edges of the design to make it look old and frayed, like something you actually find in the wasteland. So here's the finished design. Took roughly 10 to 15 hours from sketch to the final design. I thought it'd be a cool idea to add the Fallout logo to the finished design as well. So here are the different phases of the design, from the digital sketch to the line work to the finished design. I really hope you enjoyed me going through my process of some artwork for Fallout. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and don't forget to leave a comment if you want to see the full finished design. It's up on my Instagram art page. Link will be in the description below. Thanks again for watching, keep on creating, and I'll see you in the next video.